Hi, I'm Joe Nagel from the People Innovation Podcast, and I'm delighted to be joined by Laura Gelder-Robertson, the Strategy Director at the Innovation Beehive. Today we're going to be talking about innovation.
So I'm the Director of Strategy, and I guess my role is to fall in love with our clients' problems so that we can help them solve them.
But what are some of the problems that your clients are talking to you about around innovation?
Well, at the moment, there's a definite sense that the pace of change is creating a lot of uncertainty. There's constant disruption going on in almost every sector that we deal with. We talk a lot about the fourth industrial age at the Innovation Beehive, and that's the age of agility. And I guess the third industrial age was all about the age of the expert, where a leader could become a real expert and develop a specialism and be able to solve problems in a similar way time and time again. And that model has just been well and truly ripped up. And so the need for a new mindset and a new way of doing business is what Agility, the age of agile, is all about.
So what are some of the things that an organisation could start to do to make themselves resilient in the fourth industrial revolution in the age of agility?
When we talk about agile, there's kind of three key parts of that. The first is focus, the second is an experimental mindset, and the third is pace. Obviously, we are the innovation ecosystem, so we have a philosophy around that says that direction and that really clear focus comes from setting yourself a clear direction. The second part of it is about the environment that you create and allowing your people to have the time and space to develop that experimental mindset. Then the third part comes into what we call the engine, so having the right processes and tools in place so that you can move at pace. And you also need to make sure that people have got the capability and the tools to release their ideas and their potential.
How should an organisation that's thinking about innovation begin to take that first step?
Well, I think we'd always say to start with the customer, to put the customer at the front and the heart of your process. And we use design thinking as a way of doing that. And then we're looking at setting a very clear direction based upon it, having understood them and gathered some insight into their world and their needs and their pain points and their desires. Then it's about being able to kind of clearly shape that. And the experimental mindset, the kind of engine that we talked about before, kind of comes in through the ideas and the prototypes that we develop to work with that. And then all of that needs to be underpinned by having the right tools and capabilities. If you don't have the capability and the right tools, it's very difficult for your people to have the right mindsets, and we talk about the right behaviours, the right mindsets, to be able to unleash the potential, both of them as people, but also of you organisationally.
So as a next step, anyone watching this video, what would you recommend that they do as a first step towards building that innovation ecosystem and a more innovative organisation?
Well, we've pulled together some examples of best practice from some of the companies we're very privileged to work with. We've got two white papers. One is on the innovation ecosystem, and the other one is on this disruptive agile mindset, from fragile to agile.
Brilliant, thank you, Laura. So two resources, both of which are available on the Innovation Beehive website to download, and there'll be links to them in the description of this video.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure to talk to you about innovation today.
Thanks, Joe. Likewise.